Question number the first. Bill Marshall asked us, what are some good Scottish dishes apart from neeps and tatties, or haggis, to celebrate the holidays with? My main point would be the fact that a lot of what we think of as Scottish holiday food started off as stuff that you serve for Burns Night, and then Burns Night became Burns Night plus Hogmanay, and then that became Burns Night and Hogmanay and Christmas. So honestly, I have no problem with enjoying this stuff any time of year, but everybody thinks of haggis, and there's a lot of different ways to serve haggis, I think is one takeaway. Desserts are usually the big thing.
Yeah,
so
shortbread.
Shortbread is great with, to me, that's a breakfast. I want with shortbread or tea time. You know, I want either a really strong cuppa with it, or I want it in the morning with coffee.
You can have it with scotch too. It's a good all day cookie. It's not just your breakfast cookie. It's an all day cookie.
It's not just for breakfast anymore.
Indeed.
But my favorite is probably clootie dumpling.
Yep.
Which is actually the Scottish version of a Christmas pudding, but it's not quite as strong. It's a little bit lighter, and they usually use some whiskey or drambuie in it, or also in the sauce, like if you do a cream sauce on it.
Yeah, so. Is that the one where you cut it open and usually like a penny inside somewhere?
No. Clootie dumplings may be enjoyed all year round. They are a special dessert from Christmas through Hogmanay. At this time of the year, special Lucky Charms are folded into the pudding dough while it's being kneaded. These small metal objects represent a silver sixpence, a ring,
a penny inside somewhere. No.
All right.
But yeah.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I dig on the sweets. So clootie dumpling for me as well. I would say, what other foods? See, you could go contemporary and get deep fried Mars bar. You could do that for any time as well. I'm in a sweet mood tonight.
Give that to your kids on Christmas Eve. That's a great idea.
Indeed, yes. You'll stay up. You'll meet Santa.
You'll definitely meet Santa.
Yeah. Other holiday foods / drink. Scotch.
Iron brew.
Iron brew.
Hot iron brew. No, actually, hot toddies are a thing, though.
Yeah, hot toddies.
Hot toddy is a classic this time of year. You know, that's always good, and they'll go with anything. Cock-a-leekie soup.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
That's one of those things where everybody's got their own recipe, and everybody's recipe is better than everybody else's recipe. You know what I mean? But it's just like chicken. It's chicken soup.
Yeah.
Don't at me. But it's like a chicken soup with a clear broth, you know, like a chicken broth, and then leeks, hence cock-a-leekie, chicken and leek. And then most of the time that I've seen it, I know this isn't the most traditional, but a lot of time you'll have barley in it to kind of give it a little carb content. But that's always good.
I could have barley and hops together, maybe some water as well.
Right.
That'd be great as well. Yes.
Barley juice.
Indeed.
Yes,
indeed.
nice.
The juice of the barley for me. Now I'm getting hungry and I want beer and scotch.
I'm totally hungry. I've been doing like intermittent fasting this week, so yeah, I'm definitely hungry. But yeah, so it's about the desserts a lot of time. Like I said, you know, like a shortbread, clootie dumpling, tipsy laird, which is a kind of a trifle. For those who don't know, a trifle is basically like a custard and cake combo.
Okay.
And I think basically a tipsy laird has, again, there's like some whiskey in the mix with it, and toasted almonds on top. So that's really delicious. But I have always been a fan of puddings. Basically, you know, I was raised with English Christmas pudding, and I learned to make puddings a couple of years ago. That was one of my COVID things I did when I was cooking during COVID. Was I started making 18th century style steamed boiled puddings, and that's just it's delicious.
Yeah. See, I'm all the foods. A, I'm horrible with names. A, of people. B, of foods. Like I can't remember anything that I like. We go to a restaurant. It's like, Kelly, do I like this thing? Okay, sure. Unless it says exactly the thing that it is, like steak, potatoes, corn. Good, I'm in.
Banoffee.
When they give all kinds of like French names on the thing, I'm like, I don't know if I want this.
Okay,
but usually I do. So
have you ever had escargot? Why am I even asking?
No, that's snails. I knew that one. The Rocky Mountain oysters. No, Mac. No, Mac. I see you.
I know where to get them, but I've never had them.
Okay, your light's back on. Okay, so Mac, what's your Christmas food?
See, I'm
Something Celtic-y.
I see. I want to do like a goose or a duck, something like on those lines.
Okay.
That is on my to-do list at some point. I want to raise. We're going to raise
Christmas
a goose,
goose?
and have a Christmas goose.
Yep.
They
are.
Some of the comments we have coming in too are leg of lamb, meat pies,
Yes.
scones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Meat pie.
So those are some of the stuff that are
Pasties.
coming in.
I don't think of scones as holiday per se because we have them all year round at my house. But yeah, like scones are absolutely amazing. Staff of life as far as I'm concerned. And then if we're gonna broaden this beyond Scotland, I'll mention for Scotland. I'll also mention banoffee pie. For some reason, banoffee is really popular there. If you're in Scotland, please correct me or confirm if I'm correct. But from what I understand, banoffee is a thing. I don't know why, but those Scottish desserts are the bomb. But yeah, Welsh pasties are amazing. I ate tons of those in high school because at the time there was a commercial company that sold them boxed. You could get them in the grocery store.
I'm really getting hungry.
And I would devour these things. And then Welsh rarebit is also really delicious.
Okay.
I love Welsh rarebit. But for holidays,
Yeah, I'm going back to like
it's the desserts. I really feel like it's mostly the desserts when it comes to holiday food.
Dundee cake was just brought up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
See now,
What goes into a Dundee cake? Do they mention? Because
this is just for holidays. A Dundee cake.
I've heard the name, but I forget what it is.
I'm sure.
Is it a spice cake? I think it's a spice cake.
Yeah,
It's got
spice
like
cakes.
it's got like fennel or anise or something in it.
Now you cannot beat the Germans for good spice cakes, and for Christmas cookies and that, like Springerles. You have gingerbread. Like, oh God,
Maybe.
man, I'm getting hungry. Stop.
You know what I don't think Scotland has, which I really love, is a mulled wine, like a wassail or a glug. Yeah, glühwein. Glühwein is the German, and glug is what we call it in Scandinavia. Basically, fortified wine with class. Yeah, it's basically wine and hard liquor and spices and fruit. Served hot.
The Dundee cake is like a fruit cake.
Oh, it's a fruit cake.
It has the currants. It has the almonds on top.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Obviously.
I'm a visual food person.
What's the fennel? There's a fennel or anise cake also. Maybe it's an Irish one I'm thinking of. But anyway, think dessert.
Yeah.
Think sweets, I think, is the answer. I mean, or do something more creative with haggis. I ran into a recipe for haggis bonbons.
Okay.
Which is basically just haggis dumplings. They're basically like taking haggis and rolling into a ball and putting it in, flour and egg and then deep frying it.
Deep fry everything.
So why not?
Yeah.
Every culture in the globe deep fries their food at some point.
Yep,
So, but I'm mentioning like haggis hush puppies basically, and it just sounds amazingly good.
Mac, what is the German almond cookie thing?
Springerles?
No, not Springerles. It's like a hard cookie. It has like almond like things on it. Nickelvoss or something. I don't know. Something Voss. I want to say.
I will think of it.
I'm like seeing all these like visions of sugar plums dancing through my head. I'm getting very hungry for sweets right now. Okay. All right.
I want a pasty.
I want shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie is delicious too. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want a poll in the comments.
Yep.
Here's the question for you. My method of shepherd's pie.
Here
traditional.
we go.
Forget traditional. My method of shepherd's pie. I don't care.
Rocky traditional.
Is Rocky tradition. It's Rocky tradition. Is ground beef and corn, and then the potatoes on the top, and then a little bit of cheddar cheese sprinkled on there, and then browned. So corn in the shepherd's pie, give a nice little crunch to it. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
I don't mind that, but personally for me, it's got peas in it.
No, good God,
I like
no.
Peas in it.
Shouldn't exist.
And it should be lamb, not beef.
I know it's supposed to be lamb.
No, it depends on where you're from.
Understood.
Both are acceptable.
Yes,
depends
but
on what part of
there's
the
not supposed to be any
islands
veggies.
you're in.
There's not supposed to be any veggies.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
I
meat
like some
and potatoes.
You just put corn in it, so
That's that's growing up. That's how we had it. It was the ground beef, and it was the mashed potatoes, and then sometimes we were being bougie. We got cheese and put on top.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's really all.
See,
it was.
corn's a starch though, so it kind of goes with the potatoes. I don't know.
No. I would
He's getting all healthy.
I would saute the onion. I would saute some finely chopped and then saute onion with some Worcestershire sauce, and then either ground or finely chopped lamb. A little bit of stout in there to kind of start build up a gravy in it. If you get Guinness is great. But any heavy stout will do, and then we actually mix some cheese in with the mashed potatoes when we make the mashed potatoes, and then you have that and a layer of melted cheese on top for bake. When you bake it with the cheese on top.
We've gone way too long on this.
I don't know, but there is now a debate on here about corn, yes or no. So
the correct answer is yes.
Chaos.
The correct answer is yes. Corn in the mashed potato, or not in the mashed potatoes, but mixed in with the meat.
Now,
beef.
On YouTube, Dad Ain't Hip said, if you're adding corn, add some bourbon to the gravy.
I'm already gonna have.
Sounds like a Southern thing.
I'm already gonna have whiskey on the side.
You're
so
suggesting
it's fine.
okra next.
Yes. Like some saffron.
I think I don't know. We should do like a whole food thing. And I think we didn't mention munchie boxes, which
was brought up in the comments too.
Yeah.
If you want real Scottish food, have a curry.
Yes.
Have Indian food.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, there's room for all of it.
Yes.
Are you hungry? I sure am. I could use every single one of your family recipes down in the comments below, in fact, because I am starving. Do you have any family favorites? Do you have any Scottish or Irish or Welsh recipes that just speak to you and have been a custom in your family for generations? Or are you just going to try something new because you never have before? Let us know. And stay hungry